Welcome to Lit in 10 Extended. Today, we're exploring one of the most iconic and haunting dystopian novels of all time, 1984 by George Orwell. Published in 1949, 1984 is not just a tale of a totalitarian regime. It's a cautionary story about surveillance, loss of individual freedom, and the dangers of unchecked power. In a world where Big Brother watches your every move, 1984 explores the psychological, societal, and political implications of a totalitarian government. But its themes, government control, manipulation of truth, and the erosion of individuality, remain as relevant today as when it was written. Let's take a deep dive into this chilling world and its characters. The story is set in Oceania, one of three superstates in a post-World War world. The setting is bleak. Constant surveillance, propaganda, and a war with the other superstates, Eurasia and East Asia, are everyday realities. Oceania is ruled by the Party, led by the mysterious figure known as Big Brother. The Party controls everything: history, language, truth, even thought. Oceania is divided into two classes: the inner party, who are the elite ruling class, and the outer party, which includes ordinary citizens like Winston Smith, the protagonist. Outside of the party is the proletariat class, a lower working class that is largely ignored by the party, as they are too uneducated to pose a threat. The party's motto is, "War is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength." This paradoxical slogan represents the kind of cognitive dissonance the party uses to control its citizens. Winston Smith is an employee at the Ministry of Truth, where his job is to constantly rewrite historical records to match the party's ever-changing narrative. The party's control over truth is absolute. If they say something happened, it becomes reality, regardless of the actual facts. Winston despises the party and its all-encompassing surveillance, but he is also fearful. He understands that any sign of rebellion could lead to torture or death. However, Winston's dissatisfaction with the party grows over time. He keeps a secret journal, an act of rebellion in a world where even private thoughts are monitored by the thought police. Winston begins to question his reality. But is it too late? Is there any possibility of escaping the party's grip? How does the party maintain such control? It's not just through surveillance. It's also through manipulating language, history, and emotions. One of the most important tools used by the party is newspeak, a language designed to eliminate the possibility of rebellious thoughts by reducing the number of words available. The party aims to control what people can say and even think, making it impossible for them to conceptualize ideas that might challenge the status quo. The concept of doublethink is also central to party control. This is the ability to accept two contradictory beliefs simultaneously. For instance, the party can alter history at will, and citizens are expected to accept that their memories are incorrect when told otherwise. A central theme of the book is the battle for truth. The party decides what is true, and the masses are expected to believe it, no matter how absurd. One day, Winston meets Julia, a young woman who works in the Ministry of Truth. Initially, Winston believes that Julia is loyal to the party, but to his surprise, she confesses that she too despises the party and has engaged in secret acts of rebellion. She passes Winston a note declaring her love for him. The two begin a secret affair, meeting in hidden locations, including an old rented room that they think is free from surveillance. For Winston, this relationship represents not just a personal rebellion, but a chance to break free from the party's oppressive control. It's a temporary escape, but for a brief moment, Winston believes that he and Julia might be able to build something that could challenge the party. Winston's hope for rebellion grows when he encounters O'Brien, a high-ranking member of the inner party. O'Brien seems to share Winston's disdain for the party, and he leads Winston to believe that there is a secret resistance group, the Brotherhood, working to overthrow the party. O'Brien gives Winston a book written by the Brotherhood's leader, Emmanuel Goldstein, which criticizes the party's ideology. Winston and Julia's rebellion seems to be gaining momentum. They begin to believe that change is possible, that there is a real opposition to the party. However, the tension of living in a surveillance state makes them paranoid, and they eventually make a fatal mistake. They trust O'Brien. After a brief period of hope, Winston and Julia are betrayed. O'Brien is revealed to be loyal to the party, and their supposed safe house is actually a trap. The thought police arrest both Winston and Julia. Winston is taken to the Ministry of Love, where he undergoes brutal interrogation and torture. In the Ministry of Love, Winston meets his worst fear, Room 101. This is where prisoners are forced to confront their deepest, most terrifying phobias in order to break their will. For Winston, this means facing a cage of rats. Under the pressure of this unimaginable fear, Winston betrays Julia, screaming, "Do it to her." This moment signifies Winston's complete breakdown and the party's victory over him. Room 101 is where Winston's resistance truly dies. O'Brien, who had once pretended to share Winston's distaste for the party, now fully reveals the extent of the party's power. The party's goal is not just to control actions. It is to control thoughts, desires, and even reality. Winston is brainwashed into fully accepting the party's version of truth. His transformation from a man seeking rebellion to a loyal subject of Big Brother is complete. The psychological manipulation he undergoes is chilling. He begins to love Big Brother, the symbol of the party, which demonstrates the party's ability to destroy the very essence of an individual's identity. Winston's final acceptance of the party is a symbol of the terrifying power of totalitarian regimes. The novel ends with Winston as a broken man, a shell of the person he once was. He is now loyal to Big Brother, the party's omnipotent leader. The final pages show him sitting at a cafe, fully embracing the party's control and feeling genuine love for Big Brother. Winston's personal rebellion, his fleeting love for Julia, and his desire for freedom have all been crushed by the party's overwhelming power. The book ends on a bleak note, with Orwell's warning clear. Totalitarianism doesn't just destroy physical freedom. It destroys the very essence of individual thought, making it nearly impossible to imagine a different reality. The party's victory is complete. 1984 is a dystopian novel that explores the dangers of absolute power, mass surveillance, and the manipulation of truth. Orwell's critique of authoritarian regimes, censorship, and the use of language to control thought remains as relevant as ever in the modern world. The rise of surveillance technologies, social media algorithms, and fake news highlight Orwell's warnings about the fragility of truth and individual freedom. The novel also explores the psychological toll of living under constant oppression. Winston's transformation from a rebellious man to a devoted follower of Big Brother is a stark reminder of how power can break even the strongest individuals. That's 1984 in 30 minutes. Orwell's chilling vision of a future controlled by a totalitarian regime is more than just a work of fiction. It's a powerful warning about the dangers of unchecked government power and the loss of individuality. What do you think of Winston's journey and the world Orwell imagined? Do you think we're heading in a similar direction today? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching this extended version of Lit in 10. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to join us for more deep dives into classic literature. See you next time